Okay, I think that's a strong fear. I don't know if it's a full-blown phobia yet. So there's another technique that will be able to help you out with that, okay? So hang on, let me check around. Let me see who else. Hand back there, I know your hand went up. What was that? Snakes. Do you know the root cause of it? What was the first event? Okay. 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 So if you know that there's a snake around now at this point, what do you do? How is your reaction to it? You run. Okay. To me, this is probably the more intense of the ones that we got. What was your name? What's your name? Elisa? Elisa. Would you like to release this? Yes? Would you like to let this go? Are you sure? 100%? Yes? You have to come on up? Elisa, give her a hand. Come on up. I gotta make sure I give her a good demo. Hang on. Elisa, okay, come on. Go ahead and have a seat in this chair. How are you doing? Okay, that's okay. Thank you for coming up here. I appreciate it. Okay, so, I'm sorry, I just want to make sure that I get the root cause and then we're going to get going as quickly as we can. Oh, wait, I need to make sure I follow through, yeah, on this. Did you do the anchoring exercise? Yeah, which knuckle did you use for that one there? Okay, just put it on your lap then. If anything, if I need to touch that to help out, then I will, okay? And that's just going to be a resource anchor to help out, if anything. Is there anything that you've ever done that the first time you did it well?
Yeah.
What?
Fight.
What?
I made a competition and then the first place.
What were you, like a, oh.
Karate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You did Olympic karate and you, well, I'll make sure I do a good job with this then. You did first place in karate. Jeez. Okay,
It's just technique. My kick is not strong. But
yeah.
I have a good technique.
Nice, okay, well, I'll do a really good job here then. Okay, now here's what I want to tell you. Just like that competition where you won, that's how easy this process is. When people do it, the first time they do it really well. Okay? Yeah? So here's what I want to ask you. What age, I'm sorry, let me grab a pen. So it's snakes. Okay. And what age did the event occur? 16. So at the age of 16, and you said it was your backpack.
Yeah.
Reach behind.
Yeah, my friends, they put a dead snake.
They put a dead snake in your backpack.
So usually I had it here in the
Yeah.
back, so
Yeah.
I needed to. They make sure that I had an open outside, so I reached to get a pen. And then I felt warm.
Okay.
And instead of let go, I grab it and
Yeah.
I hold it like this and I run like crazy.
Okay. And so ever since then, events that have occurred then, okay, so here's what I want to do now. I want to help you release this. Just a couple of things. The timeline. You understand the idea of the timeline? So inside your mind, at the unconscious level, you have a line that's all your memories. Yeah? From the past, now, the future. What we're going to do is we're just going to have you imagine. You're going to close your eyes, and you're not yet, but you're going to float up above your timeline. Have you ever been to a movie theater? You've been to the movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You've been to the movie theater. Hey, no, it's okay. It's okay. Here, hang on to these. That's okay. You've been to a movie theater, yeah? Okay. When we get above your timeline, I'm going to have you create a movie theater above your timeline. I'm going to guide you each step of the way. I'm going to be right here with you, okay? And just like going to a movie theater, we're going to run the movie of what occurred back and forth until it's all gone. And it'll be gone. It's going to move real fast, okay? So you ready? You ready to do this? Okay, go ahead and close your eyes. And what I'd like you to do is go ahead and get in touch with your timeline. Yeah, so just imagine your timeline there, a line of all of your memories going out into the future, now all the way back into the past. So imagine all of those memories there in your timeline. You got it? And imagine you're right there in the now of your timeline. Okay? And what I want you to do is float up above your timeline. Float up above your timeline. That should begin to get a little bit more comfortable, yeah, when you float up above your timeline. If you're doing this and you can actually see your timeline or even imagine seeing your timeline, make sure that you're looking through your own eyes when you do this, okay? Okay. What I want you to do now is float out into the past. So just imagine you're floating above your timeline into the past and all the memories are going there beneath you. And I want you to float all the way back to the age of 16 to the event that created the phobia of the snakes, the root cause which, when disconnected, will allow the phobia to disappear easily and effortlessly. Let me know when you're there above the event. Okay? Now what I'd like you to do is go ahead and float before the event so that the event is below you and in front of you. And you imagine your timeline is stretching all the way out into the future in front of you. Let's imagine that you're just floating right there above your timeline. All of the events are in front of you. Do you understand? Okay. Is that more comfortable there now? Excellent. Now what we're going to do is while you are there above your timeline, stay in that position before the event that occurred that created the phobia of the snakes. What I want you to do is imagine there above your timeline that you're in a movie theater. Imagine that you're sitting there in a movie theater and you're in the chair in the movie theater. The movie hasn't started yet. The screen is blank. Okay? And what I want you to do is leave your body in the seat in the movie theater. And imagine that you're floating up out of your body and float up into the projection. Where the projector is, where they run the movie. Let me know when you're there. Okay? Great. Now you're in the projection booth. You're in charge of the projector. And what I want you to do is look down at yourself in the theater. Imagine that you're watching yourself there in the theater. Okay? You're watching yourself in the theater, watching the movie. You got it all set up? Excellent. Now what we're going to do in a moment, I'm going to have you start the movie of the event that created the phobia. And I'm going to have you run the movie forward in black and white, like an old black and white film. Okay? Are you ready? Excellent. So you're in charge, you're running the projector, go ahead and start the movie and run the movie forward in black and white all the way to the end. You're in the projector, watching yourself in the theater, run the movie forward in black and white all the way to the end and all the way past the experience. And let me know when it's done. Excellent. Now what I'd like you to do is freeze the frame and black out the screen. You ever seen the screen just go all black? Okay, great. Now what we're going to do is, we're going to go into the memory now, freeze the memory, freeze it. We're going to go into the memory and we're going to rewind it in color. Like you're rewinding a VCR. You know, you're rewinding a VCR or a tape. You ever seen that rewind where all, the lines are going across the screen and whatnot? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a fast rewind, go into the event, into the memory. You're looking through your own eyes. And what I'd like you to do now is rewind it in color all the way back to the beginning. Go ahead, go into the event, rewind it in color all the way back to the beginning. Rewind it now. And then when it gets to the beginning. Okay? Excellent. Now what I'd like you to do is freeze the frame of the movie, freeze the movie, float back into the movie theater, up into the projection booth, so that you're in the projection booth again looking at yourself in the theater. Let me know when you've done that, just like you did before, okay? Now go ahead and run the movie in black and white all the way to the end. Run it forward in black and white all the way to the end. Run the movie in black and white all the way to the end. Let me know when it's done. Yes? Okay, great. Freeze it, black it out, black the screen out, make it go all dark. Now go into the memory, just like you did before. Looking through your own eyes, go into the memory of the event that created the phobia and rewind it in color all the way back to the beginning. Okay? Freeze the movie. Go back up into the projection booth, looking at yourself in the theater. Back into the projection booth, looking at yourself, run the movie forward in black and white all the way to the end. Okay? white out the screen this time. Just make the whole screen go white out. Okay? Go into the memory now, looking through your own eyes, and rewind it in color all the way back to the beginning. Okay? Go back up into the projection booth now, looking at yourself in the theater. Run the movie forward in black and white all the way to the end. Okay? Go ahead and go into the memory now and rewind it in color all the way back to the beginning. Okay? Go back up into the projection booth, looking at yourself in the theater, movie forward in black and white all the way to the end. Okay? Go into the memory now and rewind it in color all the way back to the beginning. Okay. Back up into the projection booth now. Run the movie forward in black and white all the way to the end. Watch yourself in the theater. Forward in black and white all the way to the end. Okay. Go into the memory now. Rewind it in color all the way back to the beginning. Back up into the projection booth, looking at yourself in the theater. Run it forward in black and white all the way to the end. Freeze the frame, light it up, go back up into the, or going into the memory now. Go into the memory, rewind it in color all the way back to the beginning. How's that beginning to feel, by the way? Better? You want to run it a couple more times to make sure it's completely gone? Yeah? Okay, go ahead and go back up into the projection booth, looking down at yourself in the theater. Run the movie forward in black and white all the way to the end. Okay? Freeze the frame, white it out, associate into the memory, rewind it in color all the way back to the beginning. Back up into the projection booth. Run the movie forward in black and white all the way to the end. Go ahead and associate into the memory and rewind it in color all the way back to the beginning. I can't tell, are you beginning to smile at this point? Okay, wait, we're not done yet. Hold on, keep your eyes closed. We're not done yet. Again, I just want to check. I want to check while you're there above your timeline. Has the phobia completely released?
Getting tired.
I'm getting tired. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, just check real quick. Has the phobia completely released? Is it gone?
I think so.
Okay, wait, can we test with the memory? It's okay, remaining there above your timeline, what I want you to do is just let the whole movie theater and everything just disappear. You know, let the movie theater disappear, let everything disappear. Here's what I'd like you to do. Are you comfortable going down into the memory in your timeline to test? Would that be all right? Okay, here's what I'd like you to do. Float right down into your timeline. Go right down into the memory. And I want you to check to make sure. Remember, the memory may still be there. I want you to check for the feeling. Has it completely disappeared? Has it completely released? Is there any of it left? No. Is there any of the feeling left? The emotion, the phobia? Can you check and test? I want to make sure it's completely gone. Is there any of the phobia, the fear, anything left? Yes, sir. Can we run the movie theater one more time then to make sure it's completely gone? Yeah, let's run it maybe 2 more times. 2 more times, we good? Okay, good. Float back up above your timeline to before the event so that the event is below you and in front of you. Make the movie theater again. Let's move it a little bit faster this time now, okay? So you're in the movie theater, go up into the projection booth, looking at yourself in the theater, run the movie of the event that created the phobia forward in black and white, all the way to the end. Okay? Freeze it, black it out, go into the memory now, and rewind it in color all the way back to the beginning. So go into the memory, looking through your own eyes, rewind it in color all the way back to the beginning. You want to do it one more time? Okay, go back up into the projection booth, looking at yourself in the theater. Forward in black and white all the way to the end. Okay, freeze white it out. Okay, and go into the memory and rewind it in color all the way back to the beginning. Okay, wait, hold on, I got a test. Hang on now. I know you're having fun in the theater and everything. Okay, make the movie theater disappear. Remain above your timeline. I want you to float down into the memory now of the event that created this, and I want you to make sure it's completely gone. Is it completely released? Yeah? Okay, hold on, we're not done yet. Hang on just a second now. Float back up above your timeline. Okay? Go to before the event and any chain of events, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to float back to now and release all of the rest of the fear and the phobia on each subsequent event. Preserve any learnings that you need to preserve. Preserve any positive learnings. Float back above your timeline only as quickly as your unconscious mind can let go of all the rest of the fear, the phobia on each subsequent event. Preserve the learnings and float all the way back to now above your timeline. Just let all of that fear go on each subsequent event, just like that domino effect. Let all the rest of those events just release all of that fear and phobia on each event, all the way back to now. And come on back down into now, and come on back into the room. Go ahead, open your eyes. So what about snakes? It's not embarrassing. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. So how do you feel about snakes?
They're good.
Oh boy.
It's funny because I'm pretty sure, I couldn't grab it and say, hey!
So you could have just grabbed the snake and swung around. Okay, yeah, sure. That's exactly. I bet someone laughing with you. That is fantastic. So I think it's gone. What do you think? Think so?
Oh my God.
Okay, can I want to do one thing. I just really want to make sure, okay? Go ahead and close your eyes for a second. And I want you to float out into the future. Go up above your timeline and float out into the future to an event where if it had happened in the past, you would have had that crazy, unwarranted, unwanted response to a snake or something. What do you do instead? You laugh. That's fantastic. Okay. Yeah, it was just a joke. That's all it was. It was a joke. Oh, that's fantastic. Can we give her a hand? Your whole life? Almost your whole life.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Give her a hand. Okay.
She's here behind me, and when she said, has a phobia for the snake, I just went with my hand back and I touched her leg. And she was like...
That's why she screamed back there earlier. You were torturing her. Yeah, she's going to laugh at you, and listen carefully. She does karate. She will kick your butt. Don't mess with her now, because she's laughing and ready to kick someone's. I had to make sure I... Okay, so that's a phobia demonstration.
Wow.
How was that? Give her the hand.